don't panic. Manchester City will be all right. Even though we've had 4 defeats on the trot, I do feel like we're only going to get better as the season goes on. Because it happens every year where in this period of the season, we're not doing well. Yes, it's not normally as bad as this, but people underestimate the players that City have had out. Rodri out, a player that didn't lose for like 70-odd games last season when he was in the starting 11 for us. Well, 70-odd games that even went back to the season before. I know you can't just blame it on all slowly on injuries, but we've had Rodri out, our most consistent midfielder. De Bruyne, our best creative player. We've had Foden out at points of season, Grealish, Doku, Stones and Diaz out our 2 best defenders. So what I'm trying to say is the players that we've had out, a lot of them have been up there with our best players in the entire squad. And the one that's out for the entire season is arguably our best player in the squad in Rodri. Yes, he might recover quicker than what people expect him to, and he might play a game this season, but it might not happen. And even though we've lost 4 games on the trot, we've got to remember 2 of them were league games. One of them was in a Champions League game where you get like, is it 8-something games in this like sort of first period of the competition where every game's not like do or die, basically, because you'd still expect City to get through in the top 9 in the Champions League. And then Tottenham, we switched off for 2 minutes. They scored 2 goals. And then it was our B team, against like majority of their first squad. So I think that Tottenham result wasn't actually that bad in terms of performance anyway. And then Bournemouth, shocking for the entire game, other than like 15 minutes at the end. And Sporting capitulation in the second half. There's been glimpses in all 4 of these games. And Brighton, we were good in the first half. I'm just saying, if we can get Diaz and Stones back, the defence will be sorted. And if we can go to Anfield and not get beat, I reckon we'll win the league, because I do expect us to beat Liverpool when we play them at the Etihad. Because even though they're top of the league, this isn't like the Liverpool of, say, 1920 or 1819. It's a good squad still, but I do think they're beatable if you really go at them. And I think we need to stop playing the slow midfield of Kovacic, Bernardo and Gundogan. Play Phil Foden, Kovacic and Bernardo, or even you can even throw a Nunes in there because he's done well this season. Much improved from the first season. And we need to just start using more width, because if our wide players actually took on fullbacks, we'd create much better chances than what we're creating at the moment, because that's not what we're doing enough. Because if we take on the fullbacks of our oppositions, then I think we'll get more joy in attacking areas and be able to score more goals. And I wouldn't play Lewis at right back. What I would do is I'd have Walker at right back, yeah, Stones and Diaz centre backs, or you could even throw Gvardiol in there because he can play at centre back as well. But I reckon he's better at left back. But we've never really seen him much at centre back, to be fair. It should be Stones, Diaz centre backs, Walker and Gvardiol. And then you should have Akanji and Ake as your backups. And then your midfield should be Kovacic, Foden, and Bernardo. And then the front three of Haaland, Grealish, and Savio. But I do think Doku's going to step up towards the end of the year. Because he did that last season. And he's already been better this season compared to last. He's still not got his own product, but I do often see glimpses of quality from Doku when he comes on. It's just his own product that makes people think that he's shit. But once he unleashes that, then he could be a pretty good player, I reckon. Our next few games are Tottenham at home. I reckon we'll win that because basically I had tickets for that, but because of the Brighton game, I got tickets for that because I couldn't get home from the Tottenham game because obviously trains were cancelled and shit. I reckon we'll win that because I'm not there. And then we've got Liverpool away. I reckon we'll get a draw there. And then Nottingham Forest. Even though they've done well and surprised a lot of people, I do feel like they will slowly get worse as the season goes on. And then we've got Crystal Palace away. Tough game, but they're not doing well this season. And I reckon if we show up, we'll get the 3 points. But if we don't, then it could be a tricky one. And then we've got... Who else? I think we've got like Leicester away in there. Should get the win there. United at home. Even though they're getting a new manager, I still think they'll be like 7th, 8th at best. And then I think we've got Everton at home. We should beat them. But you never know with Everton. They've got the capabilities of grinding out a 1-1 or a 0-0. And then got Aston Villa away. That'll be tricky. I reckon that might be a draw. And then I think after Leicester away, which is the 29th of December, we've got West Ham at home. They don't seem to be doing that well this season, West Ham. So we should beat them. So I reckon, like, with the upcoming games, we'll get, like, majority win. But I reckon, like, Liverpool away and Villa away will be a draw. But if we don't show up in, like, the Liverpool away game and the Aston Villa one, then we could get beat. But I do feel like it's going to get better because we've got a lot of players to come back. We've got a lot of players that have withdrawn from the national squads for this international break, which is good. And I do trust Pep to sort it out and keep the faith. Up the Blues. Take care.